Can creatine give you a better booty? Well, combined with some hilly walks and some resistance training, it sure can. And it can do so much more. So we are doing a creatine deep dive today. And I feel anybody, any age, male or female, will benefit from the information I'm sharing and will certainly benefit from creatine. But a lot of what I'm going to describe, I think, is especially helpful for women, perimenopause, postmenopause. It can help with a lot of things that we may be dealing with more than I ever thought possible. Let's just say my mind is blown and my booty is a sight to behold. And go check out my Instagram. If you're probably here because you follow my Instagram or Facebook. So you've seen the pictures I've been posting. But that's actually not why I started taking it. So I want to share why I started taking it, all of the benefits that I noticed, and answer some of the questions that I've been getting because as I've been talking about it a little bit more, I've been and sharing these pictures, I've been getting a lot of questions. And I understand why you have concerns about it because I had concerns too. And that's why, and also I was just like, what's it really going to do for me? So creatine, I think, first of all, it's found in our food. But to get the amount that we really gives us the optimum benefits, we need to be eating about 2 pounds of red meat a day. Believe me, I could do that. If we could do that, I could, but I'm not. So it's it's a natural substance. We're just taking it in a very clean, pure powder form to get more of it. So I always thought of creatine as just for bodybuilders. And yes, I am into fitness, but it's not like I'm trying to build, and muscle is more and more important as I get older because it's as we get older because it's so important for longevity. But I just was like, oh, kind of poo-pooing it. That's not for me. And I don't want to take another thing. I'd also heard about water retention, some bloating, things like that. Now, back in the day, and maybe some bodybuilders are still doing that, they would like load, it was called a loading phase of creatine for a month where they take much higher doses, which are perfectly safe, but get like up to about 20 grams a day. And that ends up, I think, pushing a lot of water into your muscle, if I'm explaining that right. And certainly you can gain some water weight and could have some bloating. We're not available for that, but we don't, that's not the way to dose it. Typical standard dose, which we'll talk about some more, is 5 grams a day. Male, female, pretty much just about any size. So I will say over the past few years, as I started hearing more about some of the neuroprotective benefits, there are some real brain benefits to creatine. I got a little more interested. And over the last few years, I'd say I was going to take it. People were like, are you taking creatine? I'd be like, oh, I should. And then I'd start and then I'd stop because I just didn't make it part of my routine. I'm going to share how I made it part of my routine. And now it's like, I will never stop taking creatine. Um, so again, I never noticed any benefits because I wasn't taking it consistently. Okay, shame on me. Um, I finally, as I was approaching, I'm doing all the things, and I've been taking collagen for over 10 years now. It's done wonders for my skin, nails. It's great for all of your connective tissues, everything. Um, so I swear by collagen. It supports weight loss and just a better body in a lot of ways because it's very satiating, and then it's so great for your connective tissues, which leads to better workout recovery, things like that. Um, but I just kept putting off the creatine. But then as I was approaching my 59th birthday and committed to be in the best shape of my life on all levels, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and financially, I looked at what can I do? I don't want to do anything crazy. Everything that I'm doing to reach this goal needs to be sustainable that I can keep doing it. So I was like, okay, I'm taking the collagen. Let's add creatine into the mix here. So I committed to taking it every single day. And I decided that first I was saying, I'm just going to do about 3 grams. I'm small, fine. I'm like, everything that I read substantiated the 5 grams as being a great, kind of the optimum dose. So I was like, great, I'm just going to go all in and take 5 grams a day. And I want to show you what that looks like. There's a couple different ways you can take it. This is going to be the most economical, and I think the easiest to look into your routine. But I do like, I have some gummies that are really good. And if you want to, so this is what it looks like. There's no taste. It's tasteless. You could blend this in water. What I'm doing is every morning when I make my coffee, I add a scoop of my collagen and a scoop of creatine. This I use the vanilla, adds a light vanilla taste. It's very lightly sweetened, but you can do whatever you like. I add my creatine. That's my smart, sexy coffee. Um, and I blend it in. You don't taste this, and that way I've got it every single day. Um, so here is what I noticed. A better booty. I've been working on my booty for a long time. As you know, I'm not, like want a little definition. I want it to be a little squeezable. And I've really been working on it for a long time. Not doing anything crazy in the gym. I don't go to a gym, but adding hilly walks, doing some simple resistance training that I've shared here, like my ass burner, stepping off and on and off a bounce trainer. My workouts are 10 minutes a day. Um, but I noticed not just my booty, legs, major changes in muscle definition in my legs, like visible. Like people are asking me, what are you doing? Elizabeth, what have you changed? I see a difference. That's how noticeable this is. And I'm a fit person. It's not that I just lost 25 pounds and people are noticing. I'm the same weight. People are asking me, and it's not bulk, but it's definition. But here's some other things that I've noticed. Overall, just more energy, steady energy throughout the day, which now the more I've learned about creatine, it makes sense, but I didn't know that. Also, and then I found out there is possibly a study to substantiate this. It's very new. Obviously, my goal is to get the best sleep possible, but we all know that's no matter how well we plan, that doesn't always happen. What I have found is that even when I'm not getting enough sleep, for whatever reason that is, I'm able to function really well on less sleep. Obviously, that's not the goal. My goal is to get more sleep, but how amazing is that? I don't feel any shift. Um, so the reason I started taking it in the first place several years ago was for the neuroprotective benefits. I was interested in the brain health. I was like the muscle stuff, whatever. But then also, muscle is so important to our longevity. It protects us when we fall, if we fall. It's just overall quad strength is one of the greatest indicators of longevity and of like a good kind of longevity. But some of the things that I found, it does protect our brain neurons. Okay, I don't know, it's like exactly how it's doing that, but that is a good thing. That has been proven in studies. It supports ATP energy. ATP, if you remember from biology, like the little, I don't know, what are they, like little energy generators in our cells? It supports that. Yes, please. There was a very recent study, and I don't recall the details, showing it was a higher dose, maybe 20 grams, but for people who were truly sleep deprived, like in a lab, a high dose of creatine virtually erased the problems normally associated with that. That is huge. Again, that one, I don't know all the details, and it was a small study. But there are thousands of studies, thousands. Creatine is actually the most research proven performance supplement ever, ever. So much research. So thousands of studies showing its effectiveness with muscle strength, power, and recovery. And again, as I mentioned, we'd have to be eating about 2 pounds of red meat a day to get this optimum dose of creatine. So the optimum dose for most people seems to be around 5 grams per day, that scoop that I showed you. Um, as I dug a little deeper, anywhere from 3 to 8 grams is recommended for people of 100 to 200 pound body weight, which would suggest me taking just 3 grams. But I'm sticking with the 5 because that's where I'm really seeing benefits and zero problems. Zero, zero, zero. So some questions that I've received. Do I feel bloated? Did I notice water retention? No, I did not. Not at all. And that was a concern. So to validate that, these are my abs today on a random, what's today? Thursday in October. Um, I've been asked, when am I taking it? Do I take it every day or just on workout days? Well, I want it for my brain. So I'm taking it every day. Also, for me, every day is a workout day. I work out every day because I just work out like 10 minutes a day. Um, some people are asking when, how much, how often, every day. Just put it in your coffee, preferably with your collagen. Let's not, I really feel these two together are a magical formula. I haven't been this excited about something in a long time. I've been excited about collagen for over 10 years. I've never stopped talking about collagen because I've never stopped seeing the benefits. This plus this, my mind is blown. My mind is blown. That is all that I can say. My mind is blown. Seeing the results that I'm seeing in such a short period of time, my mind is blown. Um, so I'm taking it every single day, throwing this in my coffee. It would also work in tea if you do a shake, anything like that. But taking it first thing in the morning just makes it really easy. I also tried, and they're delicious. You can see I use most of them, some creatine gummies. These are from a brand called Primal Queen that is definitely geared for women, although the gummies will be fine for anybody. So these are delicious. Each gummy is 1 gram of creatine. So, but they're going to be this is going to be much more cost effective. And I did get a discount. Actually, I have discounts for both of them if you're interested, but this is going to be much more cost effective. If you wanted to work up to 5 grams a day, if you just prefer taking things in a gummy form, if you wanted to, these are great because you can take 1 gram, 3 grams, 5 grams, whatever. And with these, they did say you could take them all at once throughout the day. We're not bodybuilders, so I'm not worried about the timing. I'm just taking it in the morning so I know that it's done. So these are amazing. So good. I'm absolutely going to order more of these because it's kind of fun to have a create. So today I'm having 6 grams because I had 5 grams of coffee. I think I'll be okay. Um, it's kind of fun to have a creatine jar instead of a candy jar. Like I've got the good candy. Um, it sounds a little creepy, but so if you prefer a gummy, again, you don't taste this. If you would prefer to take a lower dose to start, the gummies are a great option. So if you're truly concerned, maybe you've tried it before and you feel like you did have some water retention, then maybe start with a lower 2 to 3 grams a day and build up. But as a very small person, I am seeing the most amazing benefits taking 5 grams a day. So I am never going to stop. As I said, I have not been this excited about a product since I hopped in the collagen bandwagon over 10 years ago and was like, what's happening with my skin? So now I'm like, what's happening with my body? Like, the better it gets, the better it gets. I am blown away. Um, and again, this 5 gram dose, men, women, I know male athletes that take 5 grams. Some do take more. And I think in that case, so Cooper DeJean, that cutie number 33 on the Eagles, he takes 10 grams a day. You go, Cooper. I'm going to stick with my 5, but I think Cooper knows what he's doing. Well, clearly Cooper knows what he's doing. Um, but Jack Flood, another athlete crush of mine, we're just, I'm just saying what I know about the cute athletes. He's on the US decathlon team. Check him out. I believe he just takes 5 grams a day. So even a large man will be fine on 5 grams a day, but certainly if you're really, you could go more. But I would say for the women in the audience and even for most of the men in the audience, I think 5 grams is a great place to start. So hopefully this answered any questions you have. Oh, somebody asked me how long until I started noticing a difference. I'm going to say a month. I'm going to say about a month that I started noticing the difference. in my muscle definition. And the sleep thing and the energy thing, like I couldn't tell you because all of a sudden I was like, wait, I'm able to go and go. Like traveling. My daughter and I went to Italy in August. Best 59th birthday trip that anybody has ever had. And we flew overnight from Philly to Rome. So let me tell you, you're not sleeping real well on that plane. Um, we walked 20,000 steps a day. We just kept going and going and going. And when we got back, I just got right up the next morning and fell right back into this time zone. Never had a problem. Never felt tired. Wait, what? So, highly, highly, highly recommend. I'm going to drop. So, most cost-effective way, buy the powder. It's just pure creatine monohydrate. Use the 5 grams a day. It's going to come with a little scoop. I'm going to drop the link to Further Food. This is a pretty creatine monohydrate. You can get it a lot of places. So if you already have some in your pantry from that time you thought about taking it, just start using that. But I'm going to link this brand because I love this brand. It is owned and run by women. Really, really amazing products. I swear by their collagen, especially the vanilla. So I'm just going to drop the Further Food link in the caption, in the description or whatever, and along with the discount code that we have because we're special. It is like they don't give these out to everybody. It's HHH18 takes 18% off. That is absolutely substantial. This is, I think the full price of this is like $25, and that is a 2 month supply. So we are talking super reasonable. Then you get my discount, or you can just subscribe and save. So I'm going to drop the link below. I am also going to drop the link for the gummies because this is absolutely an option. It's a delicious option. And especially if you want to start with the lower dose, this makes it a little bit easier to regulate that and play around. So I am thrilled. If you don't know, if you haven't seen my booty pictures, go on Instagram right now and start scrolling. Because as I always say, you deserve to say damn every time you look in the mirror. Now I'm saying that even about my booty, which I wasn't before. So thanks for being here. Have the most amazing day and drop any questions in the comments, and I will absolutely get back to you.